Thanks for joining us on the Ghanaian Farmer YouTube channel. My name is Enyunam and we are in Kwekru. Huh? Nice. I'm here to inspect a site for a farmer who lives abroad and is hoping to venture into poultry farming. Now, I had wanted to do a video on this for a long time, but today there's this opportunity I think we'll have to discuss. You know my very good friend Rex is into poultry farm, so I'm here with him so he can give his expert view on what the farmer do. But let's talk about Farmhouse. The client has already started building the house or the farmhouse for the manager and the workers before he reached out to me. But let's discuss Farmhouse. Rex, welcome. Farmhouse is mainly a place where you can keep your feed. Your farm workers would stay, including your farm manager. So they will live comfortably, they have peace of mind, they wake up and do your work. But then we have types of farmhouse. We have temporary farmhouse and we have permanent farmhouse. So we're looking at which one should be constructed first and at what time. So Rex, looking at this, it's a block and concrete, iron rods and all that. As someone who starting to start your farm, which one is more advisable? I have seen by Akubia they use wood to construct, so they do 1-2 blocks and then they continue with the wood, which you have your urinal and everything in there. But this one, which one would you go for as a farm manager or as a farm owner as well?
Oh, see, for this one, also say owner no expectation. Say for him to venture for almost like 20 to 30 years there. Block we are kind of building. No, I recommend this over block building because I don't know. And yeah, for the baby na the position be can kakre bia obeka so where you should scabi kakre be there. But oh yeah, the end they are why in year because for this block house there, that means expectation of owner na expectation like extra. Because
so it means he has a long-term plan.
Yes, a long-term plan.
After 20 years and over.
Yes, exactly.
So it's advisable you can put up a block structure.
Yes.
However, if it's short-term, you'd go for the wooden structure.
Okay. And all depends on your capital. Your capital you're having to start the business. Because I'm not saying that when you have this one, like you should compel you to have this one, but capital will still kind of better because once building rates are only saying this capa, you know, you have to say, oh, only we seek someone near, but you want to venture into farming here. Over something like wooden structure for temporary. I don't know what's the inside. As time goes on, maybe a scanning bar, then maybe you wait me. I take this building, block factory, block arena.
All right. So basically, if the plan is to be in this business for 30-50 years and you have the money, then it's advisable you can go into the block building. But if not, it's advisable that you rather do the wooden structure, get to understand the nature of the business, how customers are responding, how sales is going. Then you can now break down or maybe find another space if you have on the land and then put up a permanent structure. Now also location for poultry farm. Where we came from Accra to this place is quite a long distance, okay? About customers who buy the eggs and also the chicken from you. What do you make about the distance? Is it something convenient for you, the farmer, and your customers?
See, one thing about the location, when your farm house is far from the customers, sometimes it affects the egg. The price of the egg,
okay,
and the price of the birds also because say farmer even say consumers, you know, almost somewhere like Accra, now some animal like Kwekru, animal, or who say transportation and can be scan like a hand in first one.
Yes.
And you know, a ban say maybe you are selling 15 cities. That means so.
You have to reduce the price because of the distance.
Because of the distance.
But definitely
And now say maybe. Oh, farm owner no. If scadia, maybe wait like I say about delivery van.
Okay.
No, supply because it will not be on only one customer, but maybe a customer is work down.
Yes.
Maybe an web 50, web 100, we work down there. Then you send it to Accra,
okay.
You distribute it.
You go and distribute for
exactly. Then that means it will not affect your price of your egg.
So this means that when you're choosing location for your farm projects, being it livestock, being it crops, or whatever it is, aquaculture, you should have in mind your customers, where your customers are situated. you should have that in mind, because if the distance is quite far, it means that you need to look for money and buy a delivery van, so that at the end of the day you'll be the one to move the crops or the produce from the farm, and then be able to drive from one location to the other and supply your customers. If not, when a customer comes to buy, they will ask for reduction, which will go against your production costs. This is just a few tips that you should take into consideration if you are going to start a poultry farm at a virgin land and there is no electricity, there is no nothing, there is no water, there is nothing, and you have to start from that site new. Some of the tips or some of the things you have to take into consideration. So Rexford, at a virgin land like this, you were mentioning that there's a likelihood of snakes around and other wild animals. So before I even put up my structure or the farm, the structure for the birds, what am I supposed to do to prevent the snakes from coming here?
Spray snake repellent.
Okay.
And that medicine also sucks away these snakes also far away from the farm.
Okay.
You know, those sprays are snake repellent now. Map and one
you go far away.
Okay. I started put structure.
Right. Okay. The structure, the structure for the beds. How many blocks did you say I'm supposed to lay?
Like 3 to 4 course. It's okay.
3 to 4 course. So you mean the blocks over there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, yes.
Or 3?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you also mentioned the measurement is what?
Each bed is supposed to have 1.5 feet.
Okay.
Or 2 feet.
Okay. So assuming I'm using 100 beds.
100 beds, like 2 feet or 1.5 feet, 2 feet multiplied by the quantity of beds.
Okay.
And divide by 2, which
right.
you get the length and the width.
Okay. All right. And then you also made mention of the how do you call it? The one you use to protect around the structure. Is it wire mesh?
Wire mesh, yes.
Okay. Is it the small one or the big one?
If like you have a land like this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's going to be a snake around. So you have to get the smaller ones and the big ones for it to protect the best.
Okay. So the both of them.
Both of them.
And also you also said I should consider the wind, the direction of the wind.
The direction of the wind.
So should the birds be facing the wind, or how should I go about it?
The birds are supposed to face the wind.
Why?
Yeah, because you know the sawdust also when the sawdust also is smelling and the wind doesn't blow on the sawdust, it affects the birds also.
The odor.
Yeah, the odor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to get
the birds facing the wind so that the wind can actually drive away the odor. Okay. All right. So I see. Now you also made mention of the is it roof or is it the normal roof I use? So I can use thatch at an area like this.
You can use a normal roof.
Okay.
Not expensive one, normal one. Because it's a family business you want to use. You shouldn't use expensive things for the structure. Yes.
Okay. So at a place like this, how many workers do you think I can get to take care of my 100 beds for me?
Oh, I think one is okay.
One worker?
Yes, one worker.
Okay.
Yes, one worker.
And how much, roughly, nowadays, you have been in this business for long, how much does one worker charge?
Oh, you know, the way we do it is each person, we charge each best like now it's supposed to be 1 city or 2 cities. Multiply by the quantity of beds used to pay the worker.
So I have to multiply the number of beds I have in the farm.
Exactly.
Then I use that to pay the worker.
Maybe if you yourself you want to add something on it, fine.
So is it weekly or monthly?
Monthly.
Yes. Okay. So if the bed is 2 city,
yes,
times 200,
yes,
then I'll pay the worker at the end of that month.
Yes.
And that's so. Do you feed them?
The worker?
Yes.
It's a bonus if you want to feed them, because if you want your worker to enjoy what he's doing, you can maybe prepare some rice or something like this also for the worker also.
Okay. And you are suggesting that to help reduce cost for a startup farmer, I should be able to plant my own maize and soya.
Soya, yes.
Okay.
Your own maize and the soya also.
Okay.
It's also brings the cost of the feed also down. Yes.
All right, so this is some tips for you, a startup farmer who wants to go into poultry, especially if it is a virgin land like this. These are some of the things you need to consider before going into the farm. And we don't have electricity here. So what do you suggest? Is it solar?
Yes, solar. Solar
Okay.
is quite okay. because I think at this place, the birds also needs light. Not that they need light, but you, the farmer, also have to get some light also to view the birds. Whenever maybe you can see that the birds, when there's a darkness or the place is dark, they can't move, and they'll be stepping on each other, and you'll be getting some small casualties also, especially when the day is coming to an end.
Okay. How about water? Is it borehole or I should be buying water?
You can buy water. The borehole, so you have to let this water also test the
water they'll be getting from the ground. If it is drinkable.
Yes, sometimes there's salt also in it. So the water which you can drink, that's the water you have to also
provide for the birds. Okay. Finally, what would you have to advise people who are aspiring to go into poultry farm?
Farming idea. Make us say idea. Once you see situation farmers see and say because of feed, and they say see structure be no ya. So expert be obema advice be because NBA yan fan say obo obetima ka just say sika wo mu ni ntino obakofa mboa ebro so because feed nankasa actually ankasa no enu so diska because mboa no feed omo ye a omo timi ntoko so ane mawo enti na ese ufa mboa wo ankasa no obetima den obetima ahwe omo enti farming ne de ade a eso pe expert bi no a kire o say e bi na say 100 crap no obetima afa and na unsa be so a just take that.
Okay,
that's it. Into farming there obi bia or bia and make say youth no say any idea we farming because farming idea ska wo farming idea e djuma make say say bank manager djuma because farming e djuma profit na e ba na we say at least no you are better than obia or you obi djuma.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it. As a farmer, I always say that you don't have to start with 1,000 birds, 500 birds. No, you start little, you make all the mistakes, you correct them, and then you proceed, and then you keep expanding. And always make sure that you get an expert advice. Like Rexford is saying, today we are here. A potential, poultry farm. He's here to give his expert view. Okay, we can put the structure here. We can start with this number of birds. We can start with this number of feed. He will train those who come and work here. So all of this, we do them. It is always advisable that you get in touch with the expert first before you proceed with your money to invest into a certain venture. And he's saying agriculture is very profitable. But the basics, the foundation, if you don't get it right, you will be frustrated and you stop. Thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. My name is Enyinam. I'll see you on the flip side.